This is Southern Cross News with Joe Palmer.
Good evening, everyone. Tasmanian property prices are set to soar within the next 3 years as our economy continues to boom. The state government has labelled the new outlook as good news for property investors and businesses. But the opposition fears many Tasmanians could be left struggling.
Peter Gutwin all smiles thanks to the latest Census Business Survey.
It's a great day to be Treasurer. Confidence is on the up. We are well above the national average. And what that means in Tasmania is that people will be confident to invest, to employ people, to assist our economy to grow.
Many small and medium businesses say they're the most confident they've been in 7 years.
The good news is the majority of those are looking to grow, whether it be a tradie putting on his first apprentice, whether it be a family business looking to step up to 10 or 15 employees to cover off the projects that are being quoted and tendered out there.
And as the economy is on the up, so too are our property values. According to QBE's latest report, Hobart house prices will soar 11% by 2020, taking the average price to $470,000. Other regions are expected to follow suit.
Given that the limited availability of property for sale across the state, and particularly in southern Tasmania, prices can really only go one way, and that's up.
But the limited supply and skyrocketing costs are also causing concern.
It paints a concerning future for our next generation of homeowners who may not be able to get into the market.
I am concerned for first home buyers trying to get into the market.
Concerns are also being raised around rental properties. Labor now calling for more action on affordable housing.
We need to increase supply. It's not about releasing land in broadacre areas. People want to live close to services.
With the election coming up, the housing issue and providing housing is going to become critical. The abolition of stamp duty would be a great start for everybody.
We'll ensure that we do what we can through land release and through other mechanisms like the First Home Builders Boost to provide opportunity for those that want to get into the market. But to be clear, all Tasmanians that are invested in property are a little bit wealthier as a result.
Monica Dadson at Southern Cross News.
The state government denies its relationship with King Island is tarnished following an ongoing saga with its shipping service. After months of frustration with an unreliable vessel, a new ship is expected to be on the water by summer. But residents say it's a long road to restoring trust.
This is the new vessel set to provide a triangulated service between King Island, Tasmania and Victoria.
This ship is being built. It is still in the shipyards as we speak. We expect it to be completed in coming months.
The weekly service will start by summer, doubling the freight capacity and improving travel times, hoping to end the long-running shipping saga embroiling the island since the Sea Road Mersey expired.
We've had the Investigator 2 service the island. That has not met the island's needs.
Residents were so frustrated with the service, a petition was launched to break ties with Tasmania and join Victoria. The vessel unreliable, particularly in bad weather, with miscommunication causing major issues for producers.
We put up with a fair bit, but we only put up with so much on the promise of things getting better.
That promise yet to be realised, with concerns the new ship won't cut it on the Bass Strait, a second interim solution for the island, with the estimated $10 million vessel not accommodating passengers.
We know it's adequate to do the freight task on an annual basis, but whether it can really meet the needs of the community day to day is the issue.
The Deputy Premier will visit the island on Friday as an inquiry prepares recommendations for the best way forward. An Infrastructure Minister not expected on the trip as the government attempts to restore trust.
You don't have a very high regard for our Minister for Transport, I'm afraid. Generally, due to the promises he made early in the piece, which were never fulfilled.
King Island residents have been fed up with the attitude of this government. There was plenty of time to plan ahead, and that didn't happen, and King Island residents have suffered because of that.
Jacqueline Robson, Southern Cross News.
A Tasmanian man charged with trafficking the drug ice has today pleaded not guilty in Hobart's Magistrates Court. Brendan David Cranston is charged with major drug trafficking, dealing with proceeds of crime and assaulting a police officer. The 34-year-old Baghdad man has been granted conditional bail. He will face trial at the Supreme Court in February. Young Tasmanians are being enticed into the logistics industry through a new partnership. Taz Rail is teaming up with the Beacon Foundation, aiming to get students on the right track towards full-time employment.
Signing up for the next generation of rail experts.
Right, thank you.
Taz Rail and the Beacon Foundation joining forces to help get students on the express route to meaningful employment.
There's no doubt that the logistics industry will always be an important part of our economy here in Tasmania, and having Taz Rail as a partner enables young people to understand a little about what that industry might look like.
An opportunity for current employees to pass on valuable skills as Taz Rail searches for new trainee rail operators and locomotive drivers.
It gives the opportunity for people to get into all sorts of roles, whether it's in a management role or train controllers or maintenance roles. There really is a much larger range of roles.
Possibilities that may not have been known by today's handful of Year 10 students.
Like, I've seen lots of trains around the place everywhere, but you know, it just gives people the opportunity to see the whole bit.
Now on the right track for knowing what it takes to be part of the logistics industry.
That they're innovative, they want to think a little bit differently, and they're keen to contribute to a company like ours that contributes to the community.
Jacqueline Robson, Southern Cross News.
This month marks a century since the first woman joined the Tasmanian Police Force, and now females represent over 30%. The state's police commissioner says this year has seen a significant increase in the number of female applicants and is hoping the numbers continue to rise.
Raising the flag for women in Tasmania's police force. This month marking 100 years since the first female, Kate Campbell, signed up.
And today's ceremony allows us to take a moment to celebrate that occasion.
She broke the ground for women such as these two senior officers, both today honoured as two of the state's longest serving females in the force, celebrating 3 decades on the beat.
It's been absolutely rewarding. It offers many, many challenges, but many, many different paths that women can go down.
The senior officers say times have changed significantly and for the better.
In September 1987, and I walked for 8 hours a day for the whole week in court shoes and a skirt and a handbag.
They soon recognised that we had the brain, didn't necessarily need the brawn.
Senior Sergeant Harper says being one of the first police officers to have children was a challenge at first, but she helped pave the way for other women to balance responsibilities.
It was very difficult to balance work life and family life. So over the years, the department has supported us.
Now women represent just over 30% of the workforce.
We're actually aiming for our recruit courses to get 50% men and women.
These numbers are on the up. This year's campaign has already seen a huge increase in female applicants.
Out of 160 applications just recently, 109 were from women, so that's it's really encouraging.
Louise Hedger, Southern Cross News.
To some developing news now, and police are investigating an alleged assault at Risdon Prison. The incident is believed to have occurred in the maximum security area this afternoon. No further details have been released at this time. Tasmania's world-leading medical researchers have secured thousands of dollars in grants to address issues including heart disease. The Clifford Craig Foundation will invest $600,000 to support new projects in the next 12 months.
In a world first, 2 Tasmanian doctors are on a mission to reduce heart muscle injury prior to surgery. It will be the first human trial using laser therapy to minimise damage before opening blocked arteries, also known as angioplasty.
One of the ideas about using laser is that it makes the heart more resilient to the stresses that happen when the angioplasty or the stenting is done.
600 people having angioplasties, the majority of people come in with heart attacks.
This comes after the Clifford Craig Foundation granted them almost $78,000. as a result from concerns over the rise in heart disease deaths across the state.
It's the coronary capital of Australia, which is nothing to be proud of, because the incidence is so high here, especially in the north, due to risk factors such as smoking and diabetes and family history.
Well, cardiology is a very important area for Tasmania, especially northern Tasmania. Northern Tasmania, or northeastern Tasmania, has the worst incidence of heart disease of anywhere in Australia. And heart attack or heart disease has been increasing. It's a unique model, something that's never been done in the world before, and if successful, it really have worldwide implications.
The research is expected to take around 2 years and needs more than 500 participants. Rita Risk, Southern Cross News.
Police are investigating a suspicious blaze that tore through a Bridgewater home early this morning. The property on Bisdee Road was fully engulfed in flames when fire crews arrived just after 1 a.m. The property was vacant and in the process of being sold, with an estimated damage bill of $200,000. Glenorchy's criminal branch is involved in the investigation. Those with information are urged to contact Crime Stoppers. Tasmania's oldest foster care agency has been given a new lease on life thanks to 2 local businesses, Sampson Builders and Morgan Watkins Painting. Kennelly's helps struggling Tasmanian families, and its Goodwood site was today given some help of its own with a fresh lick of paint.
We value children and we value our carers as a Tasmanian community. We want them to feel like they're coming into some building that is welcoming and actually gives them a really pleasurable environment to be in, to learn and to grow.
The not-for-profit organisation works with over 100 Tasmanian children. Thousands of parents, children and teddy bears gathered in Launceston City Park today to celebrate Children's Week. More than 25 stalls were set up and children and teddies could get free health checks, go for a ride on Thomas and meet lots of new giant friends.
We just want to showcase all of the wonderful things that there are for children in the area, and really it's just a celebration of children.
Children's Week recognises the talent, skills, achievements and rights of our little ones. A major new hotel for Launceston will be managed by the Mantra Group and branded Pepper's Silo Hotel when it officially opens in April. The $25 million 10-storey building is still being developed. Once completed, it will include 108 rooms, a restaurant, cocktail bar and large meeting room. The hotel's developer is Errol Stewart, who also developed Launceston's seaport. Tasmanian Bank B&E is undergoing a significant rebrand in a bid to attract more younger customers to its organisation. The 147-year-old company will now be called Bank of Us, with a focus on being customer-owned.
We'll be positioning ourselves in the market to really differentiate ourselves so that we're quite different to a lot of our competitors.
The Tasmanian-based bank approved $169 million worth of loans in the last year. Now a look at the day's business and finance news with thanks to Tasplan, your local super fund. The share market has inched back above 5,900 points as materials and energy stocks posted gains. The ASX 200 index has risen by 8 points. A short time ago, the Australian dollar was trading at 77.17 US cents and 65.6 euro cents.
Well, the North Hobart Football Club is on the hunt for a new coach following the shock resignation of Kane Richter. The outgoing coach has taken an academy football position in Cairns. His resignation coincides with the Demons board stepping down last night, a decision made in the wake of an overwhelming vote to return the club to play as North Hobart.
There's a lot to look forward to, but the playing group staying together and continuing the journey that they started with Kane is really, really important.
An interim board is already in place. The club is hoping to secure a new senior coach within weeks. And Hobart's Olympia FC Warriors are also on the hunt for a new senior coach after a shock resignation from Kenny Weston. The Englishman gave his notice yesterday, just months after taking the job. Weston has stepped down for family reasons and will move back to Western Australia. The club says it's already made contact with a number of prospective new candidates and hope to announce an appointment within 3 weeks. The Hobart Hurricanes have officially locked in emerging England all-rounder Tom Curran for the Big Bash League. The The 22-year-old is their second overseas player for the upcoming season of BBL, signing a 2-year deal. Curran has 3 T20 internationals to his name. With the signing of Curran, the Hurricanes have now filled 16 of their 18 available roster spots. The Hurricanes' BBL season opener is on December 21. Tasmanian cyclist Amy Cure has been pipped at the post in a close sprint finish in the Women's Elite World Tour of Guangxi in China. The 26-year-old track specialist crossed the line just millimetres behind race winner Maria Vittoria Sporotto, while former 2-time junior world champion Lucy Garner was in 3rd place just behind. The 110-kilometre route was run in conjunction with the men's tour.
Good evening. Hobart reached 17 degrees today, Launceston 21, which was the high around the state, Burnie and Devonport 16. Temperatures around or just above average today, Campania, Bushy Park and Scottsdale all 19. Friendly Beaches 18, Low Head, Grove and Strawn 17 degrees today. Flinders Island and Wynyard 16, King Island and St Helens 15. Low cloud is over Tasmania and Victoria, convective cloud and thunderstorms over central Australia and also eastern New South Wales. The remainder of the country predominantly cloud free. Low level cloud mostly over the southwest and northeast today on the close-up. Tomorrow a weak ridge will slide over Tasmania, linked to a high over South Australia. A complex low lies over eastern New South Wales, connected to another low in the Tasman by a trough. A strong cold front approaches the west. Winds light are mostly southeast to northeasterly, with afternoon sea breezes over southern waters, light and variable winds inland. Hobart, a shower or two, but only early for People's Day at the show, so 19 degrees later. Cygnet, a shower or two and 19, 21 degrees for New Norfolk with a shower or two. Launceston, a shower as well, 20, 18 for Devonport, shower for Campbelltown, 19. Burnie, a shower, 17, 18 the top for Strawn and showery for Smithton, 18 degrees. For St Helens, a possible shower, 18 the top, 19 for Swansea. Fingal, a bit of fog to start the day with a shower later, 18 degrees. UV between moderate and high at 5s and 6s. On Friday, light showers over the north in the afternoon, increasing by evening, extending to most districts later. Showers easing on Saturday and contracting to the east, and then fine until showers develop later over the northwest. Showers developing on Sunday, extending right across the state from the northwest. A few showers in Perth tomorrow. Some cloud over Adelaide, a clearing shower in Melbourne, showers and possible storms for Canberra, Sydney and Brisbane. Partly cloudy in Hobart, it's 12 right now, 16 in Launceston, partly cloudy in Devonport as well and 14 degrees. Maybe a shower or two for the Hobart show tomorrow, Joe, but yourself and Rachel will add a lot of sparkle and sunshine to the event.
We'll do our very best. Thank you very much, Murph. And that's all from the news team for now. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you throughout the evening. Bye-bye.